Okay, going last, have a long neck. Could make a pack hunting carnivore if I really wanted to, but I think I'd prefer to just try to go for 3 species. Probably save the long neck with a 5 in. Think about it, depends what I see coming out. So yeah, so that's my preferred play right now. Maybe with this. I'm just gonna pretend that's not a sneaky pack hunting carnivore. That one's a lot more worrying. Okay, so this is good. This guy's gone 4. So if I go 3, just make this guy's second decision harder, whether he attacks this guy or me. And it wasn't a pack hunting carnivore anyway, so that's pretty okay. That's cool. Fertile, Burrowing. These are all nice cards right now. Not much in the way of defenses. It's just going to have to... that will just have to be something I just deal with by not defending and hoping no one attacks. So basically I'm definitely going to put up the long neck Burrowing. And I think it makes a lot of sense to do this. So I've got my 2 population with the Fertile, got a Foraging on it. Just the big question is, does it look like anything that comes out is likely to be a carnivore? If the answer is no, then I think I'm pretty happy with this. So something in the middle of 4 species looks a lot like it's probably a warning call. The way that I would typically play with all of the choices, if I was making a carnivore, it would be at this end. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to save the Scavenger, it might come in handy, and I'm just not feeling quite like going to 5 species. I think this is fine. So now, it's possible this is a sneaky long neck carnivore. It's not. Given that I've got a Fertile, I'm really happy that this isn't eating, and he put a 6 in. I say it all the time, don't put your foraging at the front of your cooperation chain. Save that for being able to put a long neck or an intelligence with a defense if you need it. So this is 2 more Fertiles, and I have a 7. The good thing about 2 Fertiles is that they will also look suspiciously like I've just played 2 warning calls. So if I wanted to be super greedy, I'd put this cooperation up here. If I wanted to play safe, I'd put it here. And if I just think there's going to be heaps of food and I don't need it yet, just leave it in my hand. Maybe I'll eventually use it with the Scavenger rather than the long neck. I think leaving it in my hand is going to make the most sense this turn. I think just these 2 face-down traits has a lot of weight as an indication of perhaps they're warning calls and you should be worried. Kind of hoping he's just got some corporations, it'll be really cool. I mean, not for my own game, it's just neat when people get that going. Yeah, I definitely don't have anything to do with the carnivores right now. I've got no attack cards. Like, sure, there's not much in the way of defense over here, but I still think this guy's winning. He's the one who I'd need to attack, so I really want an ambush or a climbing if I even want to try. Probably both. So that was really fast, it's really big. Okay, it's not a problem. So yeah, everyone has a fertile, and I'm getting the most out of the fertiles at the moment, so I'm really happy with there being far too much food. Usually I wouldn't be, but right now it's playing right into my hands with these 3 fertiles. Okay, so I really do need to use one of these hard shells to get a warning call running, because I do not have good defenses. As usual, I still want to play the highest card that I safely can. I'm going to keep the long necks because the long necks overall are going to help me to keep the fertiles running. Now, unfortunately, the main problem with the fact that I need to run hard shell warning call here is that I can't cooperate through that species and keep the fertile on this turn. And I'd much prefer to cooperate onto this one, but that's just not possible. So we put that up, we put this up, we'll add body size, make people wonder what's going on, also just to hit 6 here. Definitely worth playing in that long neck. That gets this guy up to already being full at the start of this turn. Pretty convenient. This guy doesn't... These 2 both need to eat 1, so I think I'm going to push this guy to where I'll be getting all of them. Get rid of the fertile next turn. Maybe I'll end up putting the long neck there, maybe I'll get lucky and be able to put it on this side with a cooperation. Oh wait, I can't cooperate through, I'm an idiot. It's fine as is. Yeah, in that case this is fine like this. We'll see where I can end up putting the long neck. Not sure just yet. Yeah, now that I know that I don't actually need an ambush to deal with this guy, next turn, carnivore, pack hunting, maybe on this species, especially given that I never got the cooperation to go into it. I've managed to get 3 population out of the fertile now. It'll probably be pretty strong if he hasn't managed to get another warning call to double up here. Even if he has... oh yes, I can just check that. I need the ambush. I'm a bit scatterbrained this evening, apparently. But still, this will be a good carnivore pack hunting. So I think 20 is still more than enough. Yeah, so it's 33 in here. So at this point, a carnivore pack hunting will be mainly to help keep these 2 fertiles going for the rest of the game. So yeah, I can't eat this symbiosis chain. This guy's actually also doing really well now. He's got a lot of population. So I've actually got a warning call that I can put up here, and then push over to here to make a climbing pack hunting carnivore. That feels like a good idea. So there is only 5 food, which which means I definitely should think about another way of eating for at least one species. It might be time to just throw in the towel on some of the fertiles. Maybe get the scavenger going instead. Yeah, if I'm going to go pack hunting, I'm not really going to need the fat tissue. I got the climbing. Oh wait, he's got another warning call up. That doesn't help me. If this guy doesn't look defended, I'm probably still going to do it, just so that I can work on putting maybe the scavenger here. So this could be a fresh new carnivore. Given that it doesn't necessarily have to eat, it'll still mostly survive from its fat tissue. It would be a solid just carnivore to hope that this player doesn't actually defend himself. How did that horns get up there? Yeah, I definitely think that it is still preferred to have this happen. Okay, so there's no way that both of these are defended. I can just straight up make sure I save a climbing. I might need it. I may need the long neck. I'm going to put that in there. This is at 5. 6 even, so it can eat at least one of these. And I do need to add one population here to match this one population. If I should save the climbing, I should perhaps do that with the long neck. Or just use this for it. So now I'm basically hoping I can eat 3 times with this one. This corporation into this, if that's not a foraging, I'd actually be really surprised if it's the carnivore. As much as I said it could be a carnivore. Yeah, I think that choice would surprise me. So it's possible that this guy's ended his turn and it hasn't continued on. Though he's getting a countdown timer, so... So this could also be a carnivore out to attack this. Even with fat tissue, it can eat it 3 times, I can eat it twice. I think I'm going to be okay. Yeah, and if this is the warning call, I am big enough to attack this. That would have been a serious oversight if I was not. So it's also just a pack hunting carnivore. There isn't actually anything that's hard-shelled to overcome except itself, so the fact that he put 4 body size in isn't helping him all that much. So these are going to feed easily. I'm just going to focus on feeding this, because I'm well defended. I can eat all of these species. We're not going to have any risk of not filling up. So just a quick check on where we are for population. I am on 12 plus 6 is 18, which 12, 14 and 8, so I am well ahead there. I've still got 2 cards in hand with that. I've spent very little on body size. This guy's actually pumped a lot into body size. He's got fat tissue using some of it at least. We've actually got very similar defensive setups here. If one of us gets an ambush, we're likely to just try to destroy the other. So it'd be certainly worth my while attempting to get an alternate defensive trait instead of long neck defending this. Really watch out for this hard shell, which is I kind of guess what he was going for with this 4-4. And I'm not sure about defending my carnivore, probably just getting more body size, so he can't eat it as hard. Yeah, so the fertiles are over now. think I got 2, 3, and 4 rounds out of mine. So that's pretty good. I don't want this to be alive. Ah, nice scavenger. Would have maybe been better instead of this fertile, though. It's an interesting choice, eating the one that wasn't hungry. I'm happy to now eat the same one, because either way... Especially given there's the scavenger over here that he's feeding. If he'd just eaten once, he would have fed this scavenger one less. Okay, so I do not have an ambush here. I've got heaps of scavengers though, so that's fine. I don't think I'm going to want the intelligence. I might actually, depending on what happens, so I'll throw in the pack hunting. And as far as defenses go, I've got this climbing, defensive herding, plenty of defensive herdings. That could be interesting. I could, I need to give this one a defense if I remove the warning call. I'm just going to see what this guy does first. If he's not playing a trait that can be an ambush, I don't have to worry. I could even defensive herding for this one. Okay, I think there's basically no world in which I don't play that as a scavenger. There is no version of this game in which I can't attack those unless this gets attacked. Yeah, basically we're going to just push this so that he can't attack it, which means I'm definitely not using the intelligence. He does have a card there. So since I've got this foraging that I don't really need because I have the scavenger, I'll use defensive herding there. One of these two does need the horns, and one of them needs the climbing. So I think I can... Doesn't actually matter which one I replace, the fertile's not doing anything. And because this one still can be attacked, that's the one that I'm going to increase the population on. That's not good.